Yo, what's up guys? This is Flamingosis and I'm gonna be answering a bunch of random ass questions on Instagram. Let's go.
What's the best city you've traveled to?
Well, Lima, Peru is really cool. I was there for family vacation and that's where I met my girlfriend. One of the best cities musically is Montreal. They go crazy for music, any type of music, jazz, hip hop, dubstep, techno, deep house, I don't know, whatever. People there, they just love music and they get the music. And every time that I go there, people go crazy. It's awesome. And also the poutine is fire.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is the New Jersey special. It's a Taylor ham, egg and cheese on a sesame seed bagel.
What's your favorite animal? Is it a flamingo?
No, it's not a flamingo. Honestly, it's just dogs. I'm a big dog person. My mom used to work at the Seeing Eye. She was a dog trainer, so I've been around dogs my whole life. So
You're canceled.
But I also like sloths as well. I recently held a sloth and it was really nice.
Favorite memory from college?
This one time I was in the arts house my senior year and it was right before finals. Me and all my roommates in the house, we did this game called Edward 40 Hands. We had two 40-ounce small liquor bottles taped to our hands and we just drank it all, and whoever drank it all first won. Horrible idea. Every one of us got sick. The guy that won, like, he instantly puked down on like the back porch. It was just bad.
What do you use to make your beats?
I make all my beats in Ableton, which is a music production software, and yeah.
Where do you look for samples?
The internet and record stores.
Favorite song ever?
Probably one of my favorite ones is What You Won't Do for Love by Bobby Caldwell. It's just a great song. That's the one thing that came to my mind, but there's a million others that I really love.
Who is your dream person to collaborate with?
Maybe one of the original band members from Earth, Wind & Fire. That would be amazing.
Favorite album ever?
Oh man, that's hard.
3 hours later.
Maybe the album Raise by Earth, Wind & Fire. That was my introduction to funk music, funk and soul music as a little kid. I just remember hearing that when I was 8 years old and I never heard anything like that before, and that kind of shaped me as a person. So.
First concert?
Actually, my first concert or event that I went to, it was this thing, it was called the Paxico Records Powwow, which was a small little gathering of like producers from the East Coast. I saw people like Obliv and Susie Analog and people like that, and that was the first beat show that I ever went to, and it was sick.
How did you promote yourself from the beginning?
When I was starting out, a childhood friend of mine, he suggested that I should make a SoundCloud account, and I made that in 2010, and I was just constantly posting for years and years and years, and eventually the fan base grew from that.
What subgenre of electronic funk would you call your music?
I think it's just funky, groovy hip-hop. Some people like to say vaporwave hip-hop, future funk, or, you know, which is cool, but to me it's just groovy hip-hop and that's it.
What's the most nostalgic thing you've ever experienced?
I used to go to sleepaway camp a lot, and for some reason, whenever you go to camp and out in the wilderness, I get so nostalgic. If I smell like campfires or whatever, it just reminds me of sleepaway camp as a little kid.
If you could become a member of any musical group ever, which one would you choose and why?
I would like to become a member of the Sugar Hill Gang. I remember hearing Rapper's Delight for the first time, and I remember I recited the full 15 minutes of that song. It's just like so fire. So if I could become an honorary member of the Sugar Hill Gang, that'd be crazy.
Do you have a favorite track out of all the ones you've ever made, worked on?
Yeah, I have a favorite track. It's not released yet.
What's your favorite Pokemon and why?
Pokemon stands are gonna hate me for this. I don't like Pokemon. Maybe Machamp or Geodude. Actually, I don't know.
Pho or ramen?
Ramen all the way.
Will you visit Chile?
Hopefully, I go to Peru a lot because I have family there, my girlfriend's from there, but I know Chile is right next to it, so I would definitely like to have a show there.
What's your favorite thing to do to cheer yourself up when you're down?
An easy one is make music if I'm in the mood. If not, I like playing a bunch of video games on my Switch or just eating really good food. Cheers me up.
Which Hey Arnold character you feel more identified with and why?
Maybe Arnold. I would say he's a pretty deep thinker. I feel like he's kind of misunderstood. I'm so misunderstood. No, I'm just kidding.
What's your favorite anime?
I'm a very big One Punch Man fan. It's just so ridiculous. It's so over dramatic and over the top, and then Saitama just comes in and he's just like bam, one punch and the enemy's dead. Shit's hilarious.
What's your favorite snack to eat while producing music?
I really like combos or kettle cooked potato chips.
What's your favorite song you have sampled and why? Coño, answer.
It's so hard. I don't really have a favorite one. There's just so many good artists that I've sampled from, and I can't think of anything right now.
Are dolphins mammals?
Yeah.
What's your favorite horror movie?
Hereditary I recently watched, and I think that was the best horror movie I've seen in a while.
Favorite Nintendo 64 game?
Super Smash, the original.
Of course. Hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Which instrument would you want to learn how to play?
I've played saxophone in the past, but I would like to learn piano just to like memorize all the different scales again and learn some really dope, sexy chords. That'd be nice.
Will you release Fly Fantastic as vinyl someday?
Probably, but I can't say for sure.
Coffee or tea? How do you prepare your drink of choice?
Coffee. And I usually don't prepare it. I just go to Starbucks or like some coffee shop right in my neighborhood. Or my dad makes it.
Lazy. If Little Mac wasn't in Smash, who would you play?
Lil Mac's always gonna be my boy, but I also play Ganondorf. He's got those filthy nares, and he's got that crazy down smash.
Did you have another musical project? How did you find your sound?
I think you just find your sound after hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of practice. Practice makes perfect, and you just really have to keep at it, and they'll just naturally happen.
How do you pursue happiness?
By making music and eating.
When did you start beatboxing?
So before I even made beats, I used to beatbox in middle school. That was like my claim to fame as like a little kid. Everyone in town knew that I could beatbox, and I would enter talent shows and shows around the area, and I would just do that, and it's a lot of fun.
Favorite rock bands?
I used to listen to Kings of Leon a bunch, and Spin Doctors. They'll always have a special place in my heart, the Spin Doctors.
Can you do a handstand?
Yes, maybe not the first try, maybe the fifth try, but I can definitely do a handstand. When I was more in shape, I could do it, but I still got it.
Is searching for samples a more tedious or fun experience for you?
It's both. It's obviously gonna take a while because searching for the right hook or melody in a sample can take a long time. I know I've spent maybe like sometimes 6 to 8 hours trying to find something, and ends up not working out. It's honestly a labor of love. You really have to be very patient in finding that quality sound.
What is your favorite childhood memory?
I remember this one time I was in 3rd grade or something, and during recess we had a tug of war battle with the older grades. So I think the 3rd graders, my class, we were up against the 5th graders in the game of tug of war. It was like really intense, but we ended up winning the tug of war battle, and me and all my classmates were going crazy. One of my classmates, he got so emotional that we won that he ended up crying. For some reason, it just felt so amazing that we won that tug of war.
Do your parents listen to every album single you release?
They listen to literally everything, especially my mom. She'll be cooking in the kitchen and she'll be playing Pleasure Palette, playing Groovin', Football Head, you know, like she knows all the tracks.
If you could wind back the clock, would you do anything different?
Nah, I don't think I would do anything different. All the choices and decisions I made me into the person that I am today. Sounds really corny, but I really think that. So.
Favorite part of touring?
Obviously performing on stage, you know, that's the fun part. Everything in between is not as glamorous as you think. A lot of driving on the highway and getting gas station food or filling up your car in gas and just chilling, waiting for the next show on the road.
Would you ever change your name to Flamingosis Hot Cheetos?
No.
Are you ever going to play in New Zealand again?
I actually played in New Zealand about 3 years ago, and that was like one of the first times I've ever played overseas somewhere. It was really awesome. Yes.
Favorite Nujabes track?
Man, there's so many, but it's probably like Aurarian Dance.
Agrarian Dance.
I'm probably butchering the name. That was my first introduction to Nujabes, and I still play that to this day.
Is there an album in the works?
There's always albums in the work, baby.
Would you ever consider blogging?
Yes, we're doing that right now.
Do you have relatives in Lima?
I actually have a lot of family from my dad's side that live in Lima, and also some more extended family that live in like the Amazon jungle region. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I met a handful of them. They're all very nice.
How many times do you fart in a day?
I would say in between 8 to 15 times a day.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I try to make it silent so nobody notices, but sometimes the silent ones smell worse.
I know. What is the song you took the most time on?
There's a lot, but maybe this song called Want Me, Need Me. I remember I started working on it for like a week, and then I stopped because I couldn't think of anything else to add to it. And then 8 months later, I finally came up with how to finish it. And yeah, it almost took me like a year just to finish that one track.
How are you?
I'm good.
Favorite Ableton feature?
Probably the fade to gray feature. I lay over different samples over each other with the fade to gray, and it has like that cool echoey effect. Like, yeah.
Which of your songs is dedicated to your girlfriend?
All of them. No, probably like the lovey-dovey ones that you hear. It's hinting at my girlfriend.
Why are you so cute?
It's in the genes, baby.
What did you want to be when you grew up when you were a kid?
I think I actually wanted to become a video game programmer and designer. And then I realized I don't know how the hell to do any of that, so I just decided to make music.
If you could collab with any artist, alive or dead, who would it be?
I mean, Anderson .Paak's really cool. I'd like to collaborate with him. Maybe James Brown. Musically, you know, he's the godfather of soul, so maybe him.
Bobby Caldwell or Michael France?
Oh man, those are two soulful ass white boys, you know? I would have to go with Bobby Caldwell, but they're both amazing, amazing dudes.
Funky or stanky?
Wait, what? What is it?
Favorite Dilla track?
Maybe Don't Cry off of the Donuts album. He has like tons of like leaked beats on YouTube. That dude's got so much fire, probably so much unreleased fire music that's never gonna come out, and it all, you know, it all slaps.
What do you think about Kanye's new album, Jesus is King?
Honestly, I thought it was alright. I think a lot of people, they're like shitting on it just because he's Kanye. I didn't like all of the tracks, but there's definitely like maybe 3 or 4 tracks in it that are pretty amazing. The Follow God beat, that one's crazy, to be honest. It was good. I give it like a light 6 out of 10.
At what time of the day do you have a burst of music ideas?
It's usually later in the day or maybe late at night.
Tell me your honest thoughts on Chicken Run.
Yeah, I remember Chicken Run, that was like pretty fire. I like the claymation of it. I think it's like the same makers that made Wallace and Gromit, at least the art style. Yeah, I think it was a decent movie, you know?
What inspired you to make music?
I was being so inspired from hearing funk and soul music and cool, groovy hip-hop music that there's just something in me that I just want to be like, yo, I just want to do all of this as well. That was like the driving force. Hearing good music, that inspired me to make good music myself.
Are you a daytime person or nighttime person?
Definitely nighttime. My girlfriend has to like slap me in the face to wake me up at like 10 a.m. in the morning. Not a morning person at all.
Ever consider doing posters for shows or start a pin collection for fans?
I'm gonna do a shameless merch plug right now. You can go to my website, flamingosis.com, go to the merch section of my website, and I actually have pins, t-shirts, jackets. You see this jacket in the background, that's like one of our merch collections. Just go to my website and you can get all of that. That's my music merch plug.
What is the answer to the universe?
Taylor ham, egg, and cheese.
What is the most underrated dance?
Maybe the hora. It's like a Jewish dance. If you ever go to like a bar mitzvah or some type of gathering, Jewish gathering of that, we get, you know, the Jews get lit, you know, we go in.
Do you fear death?
The hell, what kind of questions are these?
Who's your favorite actor?
I think Joaquin Phoenix has really grew on me. I saw the recent Joker movie and I thought that was the most realistic portrayal I've ever seen of that character. I think he's just really good at honing in on what it and doing what it needs to do to like give out the best dramatic performance of any character that he does, and I think he's really good.
You also watched like 45 interviews on YouTube.
Yeah, I've also seen like, yeah. Okay. I saw a lot of, if I like the actor, I'm gonna see the interviews, okay?
Funk or disco?
I like both, you know, it goes hand in hand. Funk music, you can hear it in all types of music. You can hear funky moments in disco, you can hear funky moments in country, you can hear funky moments in house music, even maybe funky moments in dubstep. Funk music is universal.
Do you plan on coming to South America at all? Like Colombia maybe?
I'm in South America a lot. I'm always in Peru like a couple times a year. Yeah, it would be cool one time to do like a South American tour. Hit all those countries, you know what I'm saying?
Do you have any plans to come to Japan again?
Yes, for sure. Recently I did an Asia tour. We did South Korea, Japan, Thailand, Singapore, a bunch of countries like that, and Japan was definitely like one of the best ones, and I definitely want to go back. Well, that's about it. Hope you liked me answering these random ass questions. I'm gonna go get some bagels. I'll see you guys next time, and I'll be posting again soon.